So I just got my most recent issue of FA Magazine, Knowledge for the Sophisticated Advisor, because I'm sophisticated, in my Minute Moose t-shirt. Look at that. Minute Moose. Tell me that's not freaking awesome. And I don't even know how I get this. I'm on their list somehow, and they send it. I get tons of mags like this. It's just nuts. Anyway, I want to share with you a story. We got this one right here. Turning a light on turning a light on company behavior, and it's Parnassus Investments gets its portfolio companies to talk social responsibility in the ESG realm, and ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance, or something like that. I just always chuckle. And they say on the environment, we're looking at a company's carbon footprint. We're looking at a company's energy and water usage. We're looking at if the company has any kind of life cycle thing of the product. We're looking at a company's waste system. Let's see. We're looking for significant ESG positives, any kinds of negatives, any kind of controversies, and then we just double down to make sure we don't miss anything, and blah blah blah. All right. And again, we're using our ESG research to highlight engagement processes. So they're the good guys. They're looking at the company's environmental impact on the environment, their carbon footprint. All right, so I said, okay, that's interesting. They're tooting their own horn. They're going green, right? They're green. So I said, let's see, who is Parnassus Investments? And I just didn't take on and realize this guy, Jerome L. Dotson, is the chairman and portfolio manager. He founded Parnassus. I don't know what it is. Parnassus, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. In 1984, and I'll spare you the research on it. But I just said, I'm just interested. Where's this whole Jerome? Where the company's in San Francisco. All right. So this stuff is too easy. It's too easy. It's okay. So let's look up old Jerome. Does he have any do-day conference lately? And in fact, yeah, back in October 2018, he was a speaker at the Inside Alts Conference. And you might say, where is the Inside Alts Conference held at? It's held in Las Vegas, Nevada. Where's old Jerome's outfit located? In San Francisco. Now, you don't have to be from the West Coast to realize that San Francisco is way up here. Las Vegas is way down there. I have a sneaky suspicion he did not take a bike or drive it. Maybe he drove his Tesla. I have a sneaky suspicion he probably flew. My inclination, I don't know this, but I have a feeling a lot of these rich guys, what's his name, Steyer, who's a hedge fund manager, all these guys, they're all hypocrites, man, that they fly. I have a sneaky suspicion, because he's got billions of assets, he probably didn't fly coach next to your old buddy Josh, munching on some freaking Big Mac and French fries. I have a sneaky suspicion he probably flew, maybe not private, maybe not chartered, but certainly not sitting next to us riffraff. So what happens when these companies, these portfolio, look, I don't care. That's the funny thing. I literally could care less. I just find it funny that they're looking at companies' carbon footprint. So, and look, you think that's the only place he's gone to give a talk, or any of these other guys? How did these other guys investigate the companies? I guarantee they fly. What's the biggest source of CO2 in the environment right now other than transportation to ship your goods from China via Amazon to the United States? It's air travel. So for you who are advocating green and you're getting on that airplane or you're taking the cruise ship, there's someone I know very well who is very scared about the climate change, global warming. Oh, she lives in California. The fires has got to be due from global warming, climate change. And what does she like to do? She likes to fly to places to take cruises. These two, you can't do that. If you're so worried about climate change and CO2, you can't now fly from California to Miami or to Boston and get on a cruise ship. You can't do this stuff, man. And they're like, this is just the first one. So anyway, if I type in, let's see, right here. So here's a new one. I kind of chuckled at this one right here. They got their new FA magazine, has their new alternative investment conference coming up here in October in Philadelphia. And let's see who's on here. I thought it was kind of, I had to chuckle here. Look, speakers right here. You ready? Speakers. Because you always have to have a green speaker. And we do. We have Sprouting Asset Management, which is right here. Chief Sustainability Officer from Sprouting Rock Asset Management. Focus on the firm's sustainability strategy. So I have no clue. We're Sprouting Asset Management. I don't care, but I guarantee if it's not in Philadelphia, I guarantee she's taking a plane to get there. And her tenure has been marked by successful business building across the wealth spectrum. Over the past 3 decades, she has served in leadership roles at InvestNet, SEI. SEI is, I think, in Philadelphia. So maybe I don't know. What I'm saying is it's kind of like Morningstar. They do these green investment conferences in Chicago, and they got people from all over the world coming there. And I just always laugh. I laugh at them because if you're going to be advocating low carbon footprints, that means you're trying to get rid of CO2, which again, whatever. If you're fearful of CO2 and you get on a plane, you have something wrong. You are ignorant about the reality of the world. Your airplane is and don't tell me. I remember I emailed this guy on LinkedIn who's a big advocate for getting rid of CO2 as he's flying all over the country to do talks to raise capital. I said, it's weird that you're doing that. He goes, we're trading credits, carbon tax credits. I'd like to see the receipts of that because you're saying it. I'd be talking a big game. Are you really doing that? And of course, he never got back to me. And I don't expect him to because he knows. All these guys virtue signaling. They're all living large. This wealthy, hoity-toity lifestyle of not just the West, but the American culture allows them to do this while they can still virtue signal and say how conscious they are of CO2. I get sick of it, man. Like that guy, Peter Steyer, whatever his name is, whatever that guy's name is, who's run for president. The hypocrites, man. I can't stand hypocrites because you got a lot of people out there who really do believe in it and are living large the way it should be. Not just doing freaking organic gardening, but they're doing a lot more. Not getting on planes like my man Michael Blue Jay down there in Houston. These guys live large. So if you're going to be advocating this kind of stuff, you need to live it. But the people in the investment management industry, they just don't do it. I just always laugh because she's on their sustainability strategy, and I have no clue what sprouting at rock acid. I just don't care. But the whole thing is just silly. It's so fraudulent. It's nuts. Because it makes the rich people feel like, I'm doing my part for the environment without having to give up anything. That's the thing. I don't have to give up anything, but I can still say I'm doing my part for the environment. See, that's the issue. But the people in India who are desperate to get more, you're holding them back because they have to now deal with first world countries saying, oh no, oil and coal, natural gas, that's going to put CO2 in the environment. You can't have nuclear, for heaven's sake, because nuclear is bad. I think they actually have something here on nuclear, as a matter of fact. I can't remember, but I was laughing. I said, man, if you're against CO2, well, doggone, you better be for nuclear. So hypocrites in the business. Don't fall for it, my friends, until they start saying, I'm not having a conference in Chicago, in Florida, in Philadelphia, in Las Vegas. I'm only going to do it like this right here on the WebEx or something like that. It's all smoke and mirrors. They don't want to give up anything, but they want to signal as if they are. All right, we'll see you.